Good afternoon, I'm Ian Crouch with 2NURFM Hunter News. Maitland Police are stepping up their appeal for witnesses to yesterday's fatal light plane crash near Cessnock. It's understood the 55-year-old pilot was performing aerobatic stunts when he lost control and crashed into dense bushland at Sawyers Gully before the aircraft burst into flames. Senior Constable Sarah Burgess says detectives want to speak to anyone who noticed the plane in flight before the crash.
A crime scene's been established and is being examined by specialist forensic officers and investigators from the Australian Transport Safety Bureau today. A report is being prepared for the coroner, and investigators are appealing for any witnesses who may have observed this plane in flight yesterday prior to the crash to contact Maitland detectives or Crime Stoppers.
A New South Wales government inquiry has begun regarding the way in which the Department of Education has handled the closure of a number of small Hunter Valley schools. The inquiry will focus on recently closed schools at Wollombi, Rukul and Araring, as well as the impending closure of Martins Creek Public School, amid community concern about a lack of transparency in the process. Committee Chair Paul Green is urging parents to make submissions to the inquiry.
So they can write me a letter, and that closes on the 9th of August. They can go to the parliamentary website at www.parliament.newsouthwales.gov.au/school closures, and they can submit online.
An inquest into the death of teenage motocross star Tyrone Gilkes has resumed today in Newcastle. The 19-year-old died from critical chest injuries while attempting to land a record 90-metre jump at Maitland Showground in March 2013. The inquest before New South Wales coroner Michael Barnes will aim to determine who was responsible for overseeing the attempt and what regulations were in place to monitor the stunt. Wallsend MP Sonia Hornery is calling on the New South Wales Transport Minister Andrew Constance to use a new rail contract to provide jobs in the Hunter. She's urging the government to award the $2.8 billion contract for the new intercity train fleet to Hunter firms and not outsource the work overseas. Sonia Hornery says the government needs to step in before it's too late for the region's manufacturing industry.
The Hunter is definitely on its last legs in terms of its manufacturing industry, and we want to see that resurrected. And one way we can do that is to spend the $2.8 billion in rolling stock being built here in the Hunter, and I encourage the Minister for Transport to seriously consider our companies that have a good reputation building up here.
And Hunter residents will need to rug up this weekend with a cold front potentially bringing some snow to the Barrington tops. The cold snap looks set to bring low temperatures, wind and showers and possibly snow above 700 metres. However, Grant Conway from the Williamtown Weather Office says the snow will not be widespread.
What we're looking at with this cold air pool is some rain and wind, and the daytime temperatures themselves will be quite cool. So we're looking at a maximum of around 20 at Scone and the Upper Hunter on Saturday, but by Sunday we're looking at the maximum temperature down to around 10. If there is any snow, at this stage it's only looking like it'd be very localised.
Sport, thanks to our sponsor Warners Bay Sports Club.
The Newcastle Knights can't seem to catch a break, with enforcer Beau Scott looking at a one-game suspension over a dangerous throw charge from last night's State of Origin decider. Playmaker Jared Mullins says a number of key players have been missing from the pack in recent weeks.
Especially the older boys like in Jeremy Smith coming back and players like that, and obviously Kate Snowden, you're missing some forwards there, so he'll be back, and that makes my job a lot easier when we've got a couple of forwards that are going forward and outside backs can do their thing.
Meanwhile, utility back Dane Gagai has scored his first State of Origin try on debut for the Maroons last night. The 24-year-old gave Queensland the initial lead over the Blues, which blew out to a 52-6 margin. And in greyhound racing, Hunter trainer Ken Cheetham will be seeking a hat-trick win in the end at today's Maitland meeting. That's sport. I'm Daniel Armstrong.
2NURFM News Time, 12:10.